First of all, the necklace, where is that from?
This necklace is, I'm not kidding you, 15 years old, 15, 16 years old.
Tamron Hall embodies many aspirational qualities. She's an award-winning journalist, lauded TV host, and even finds time for serious activism. But despite appearing so natural on the small screen, Hall hasn't always known the star-studded world in which she thrives today. This is the stunning transformation of Tamron Hall. When it comes to origin stories, Hall's is as humble as they come. She told Digital Journal, "I was born in Luling, Texas, which is an incredibly small town population, I think like 1,000, if that, and I grew up very, very poor. Our entertainment was a water hose and spring it at each other, running around, and this is where my grandfather's home once stood. In fact, these are the steps she was born to a single mother, and all of the people in our life nurtured her ambitions, all revealed in a Google Talk. I was always raised in an environment where I was surrounded by strong women, really, really strong women." You'll notice Tamron Hall's incredible transformation when you compare her current life with her childhood. Unlike many success stories that begin with the comfort of financial stability, Hall's journey is rooted in the challenging circumstances of growing up in Luling, Texas, a town so small that it barely registers on the map, with a population hovering around a mere 1,000 people. Luling was far from the bustling metropolises that often serve as the backdrop for stories of achievement. Yet, it was in this modest environment that Hall's character and values were shaped, laying the foundation for the person she would become, born into a world where wealth and privilege were distant concepts. Hall's upbringing was marked by simplicity and a profound sense of community. The small, unpaved streets of Luling, which remained untouched by modern infrastructure until the 1980s, serve as a poignant symbol of the town's economic limitations. The absence of paved roads speaks to the broader picture of a community that had to make do with very little in such an environment. The luxuries that many take for granted were simply not available. Yet for Hall, these circumstances were not a source of bitterness, but rather a cherished aspect of her childhood. Hall was also enriched by the challenges faced by her family, particularly her grandfather, who had to leave school after only the 2nd grade to work and support his family. This early departure from education underscores the harsh realities faced by many in rural communities, where the need to contribute to household income often took precedence over personal advancement. Despite these challenges, Hall's grandfather's experience reflects a strong work ethic and a deep sense of responsibility values that undoubtedly influenced Hall, as she grew up raised by a single mother. Hall's early life was marked by the determination and resilience of her family. Her mother, like many in similar circumstances, would have had to juggle the demands of providing for her family, while also ensuring that her children were raised with love and care. The strength and perseverance displayed by her mother would have served as a powerful example for Hall, teaching her the importance of hard work, sacrifice, and the pursuit of a better life. In reflecting on her upbringing, Hall does not dwell on the difficulties, but rather celebrates the richness of her experiences. Her story is one of embracing the circumstances of her birth and finding value in the lessons learned from a life of modest means. It was a great childhood, a childhood that I would not trade for anything in the world, she told Digital Journal, expressing a sentiment that is both poignant and inspiring. This statement encapsulates Hall's outlook on life, one that is not defined by material wealth or the lack thereof, but by the richness of experiences and the strength gained from overcoming adversity. Tamron Hall has a secret that not everyone knows. While her early life in a small, economically disadvantaged town could have easily limited her opportunities, the people around her instead became the cornerstone of her success. They nurtured her ambitions and instilled in her the belief that she could achieve anything she set her mind to. This strong support system, made up of resilient women, a loving grandfather, and an eventually doting stepfather, played a crucial role in shaping Hall into the determined and accomplished woman she is today. She also had her grandfather's support and eventually the love of a stepfather, whom she views as the father she was meant to have, thanks to the support of those around her. Hall was able to thrive. They were just really salt of the earth. People who never let me believe that winning wasn't an option. Her grandfather also played a significant role in her life. Despite his limited formal education, having left school after the 2nd grade to work and support his family, he was a pillar of wisdom and support for Hall. His life experiences likely imparted valuable lessons about the importance of hard work, sacrifice, and family. He demonstrates that success is not solely determined by academic achievements or social standing, but by one's character and determination. Hall's respect and admiration for her grandfather are evident, and his influence undoubtedly helped shape her understanding of what it means to lead a meaningful life. In addition to these strong women and her grandfather, Hall also found a father figure in her stepfather, whom she affectionately regards as the father she was meant to have. His arrival in her life provided her with another layer of support and guidance. Unlike many step-parent relationships that can be challenging, Hall's bond with her stepfather was one of love and mutual respect. His presence offered her the stability and emotional support that are crucial during the formative years. The fact that Hall views him as her true father speaks volumes about the positive impact he had on her life. With such a robust support system, Hall was never made to feel that her ambitions were unrealistic or unattainable. On the contrary, her family and community instilled in her the belief that winning was always an option. Whether she was running track or playing the clarinet, Hall's family believed in her potential to be the best. This unwavering belief in her abilities gave Hall the confidence to pursue her goals with determination. They didn't just support her dreams, they actively nurtured them, ensuring that she had the resources, encouragement, and guidance needed to succeed. Education in particular was a non-negotiable priority for Hall's parents, despite the financial hardships and the tempting allure of a viable job offer. Before graduation, her parents made it clear that completing her education was paramount. Hall recalls that her stepfather insisted she finish college before considering the job offer. Of course, Tamron Hall did exactly what his stepfather asked. After completing her education, Hall wasted no time in launching her career. She dove headfirst into the world of journalism, taking her first job as a reporter at KBTX in Bryan, Texas. This position marked the beginning of her professional journey, where she honed the skills that would eventually make her a respected name in the industry. Hall hit the ground running when it came to her career. Her first job out of college was as a reporter at KBTX in Texas, according to MSNBC. After that, she spent 4 years at KTVT Dallas, before later moving on to a 10-year stint at WFLD Chicago. In 1997, she joked in Variety magazine, "I've interviewed every celebrity chef there, is give me a microphone, point to the camera, and we'll get it done." She was also nominated for an Emmy Award for her Consumer Reports segment. The bottom line, those early years set Hall up for success and helped her grow as a journalist. She told the outlet, "I don't need big packets of information. I don't have to have a teleprompter. It's just the training I've had over the years, these formative experiences in local television stations across Texas and Chicago provided Hall with a comprehensive understanding of how to connect with audiences, how to tell compelling stories, and how to navigate the complex world of broadcast journalism." But despite her success, Hall was about to experience something she could never prepare for in 2004. Devastating tragedy impacted Hall's life in a big way. People reported that after enduring years of domestic abuse from multiple men, Hall's sister Renata was found beaten to death in the pool of her Texas home. "I called my dad, and ever so you know, Steady said, 'Baby, Renata is dead.'" No arrest was ever made in the case of Renata's death, but Hall had witnessed the man who was later named as the only person of interest act violently toward her late sister. Before, it was much later that Hall was able to speak about domestic violence publicly and advocate for survivors 10 years after her sister's death. Hall decided that she wanted to do something. Telling the griot, "My sister's case has led me to focus a lot of my attention on domestic violence. My journey to speak out on domestic violence was based on conversations that I had with my sister. So how do you think Bill Getty Hall is finally truly taking the reins in regards to her career? And Getty has expressed his excitement about the venture. Too, he shared in an interview with Broadway World, "Everyone will learn what I already know, that Tamron Hall is the real thing we've been searching for in daytime talk."